Ei itkeä saa, ei meluta saa, joku voi tulla ikkunan taa, joulupukki matkaa jo käy.
Roger.
Yes, there really is a Santa Claus, and his home is literally smack dab on the Arctic Circle in Finnish Lapland. I know this because I made the journey for a first-hand visit to Santa's village and Santa Park. Right now we are in the cockpit of a Finnair L-1011 en route from California to the Arctic Circle. We are flying at 35,000 feet, less than 150 kilometers from the magnetic North Pole. It is crystal clear out, and we can see icebergs and the glacier-capped peaks of Greenland. Some time ago, when the Finnish Government Tourist Board told me about their Santa Claus experience in northern Finland, I imagined a hokey, small potatoes operation. After all, they told me it was located way up in Lapland, and I just knew there couldn't be much of anything of consequence that far north. Was I ever wrong? It is snowing lightly, and Santa's village parking lot is packed with cars and tour buses. Beyond the entryway, I can see an extensive complex of gift shops, a spacious restaurant, a huge post office where 30 elves answer letters full-time at their computer workstations. And in the distance, Santa's headquarters, complete with a majestically large Santa throne room. It's cavernously large and lined with man-sized candles and library shelves stacked with disheveled, 6-foot-tall books labeled with every country and continent in the world. It quickly dawns on me that these are the very ledgers that contain the names of all the children of the world, where they live and whether they were good or bad. Before long, I hear a loud commotion, and when I step outside, I catch a glimpse of a low-slung, late-model Lincoln Continental, complete with Santa pennants and Santa logos on the side and rear windows. The Lincoln's horn toots repeatedly as more than 1,000 little people gleefully cheer and clap in approval. Santa swings out of the car and waves at his subjects and walks methodically into his headquarters. In the meantime, a veritable sea of youngsters, virtually everyone dressed in red with tiny red and white Santa elf hats on their heads, gather in the Santa's village town square in front of the balcony. I feel like I have just arrived in a remote, uncharted land of little people ruled over by Santa Claus. The intensity of the illusion is magnified by the children's unquestioned allegiance to their ruler. All 1,000 children are on their very, very best behavior as they stand at expectant attention. Every one of these children of the land of the reindeers wears the most endearing and innocent angelic expressions. And then Santa steps onto the balcony. A hush comes over the crowd of tiny people. No one wiggles or squirms. Hands are held firmly at their sides. Not one boy pushes, nudges, or kicks their neighbor. Not one little girl wiggles, squirms, or dances to an imaginary sugar plum tune in her head. Santa unfurls a long parchment sheaf of papers and addresses the crowd in Finnish. A snapshot of any one of these kids could serve as irrefutable proof that Santa does exist. 10 minutes later, Santa finishes his address, and I follow him inside and ask if he might have a moment or so to talk with me. He jovially agrees, and as we walk back to his throne room, I can't help noticing that his shoulders tower above my head, and I'm 6 feet tall. He is not fat either. He is merely huge and literally bigger than life. Santa, how are you?
Hello, Tom. I'm just fine.
Tell us about your world up here in Lapland. There are very few people in America who have any idea that Santa Claus actually lives in Lapland.
Well, yes, I do live in Lapland. We got, every year, I must say this, Tom, quite a large number of visitors also all the way from America. But of course it is a large nation, a lot of people there. Anyway, up here where we live, it's the Arctic Circle. This is a very exotic, exciting place to be and to live, which I hope you feel the same way. In the summertime we have beautiful warm weather, we have the midnight sun, that means, and then opposite to that, in some winter months the sun never comes up, it never rises. Now that doesn't mean that it would be, pitch black dark. It is what we call the moment of the misty blue. We do have cold weather, getting down to minus 35 centigrade, but it doesn't feel so bad because with a lot of snow, the climate is dry, and so it's really good. My home mountain is called Korvatunturi, ear mountain, because the Korva means ear and Tunturi is a small mountain fell. Now, I live up here in Lapland, in the wilderness, because it's very peaceful, it's quiet, the nature is here at its best. Of course, very important thing, everybody, every little child knows that I travel with my reindeer, and this is the homeland of the reindeer, so I never wanted to go too far away from them. So up in Korvatunturi, I have my secret workshops where all the toys are made. Does that bother the noise? And that's where my elves are working busy, and now of course is the busiest time of the year. Like I said, it's a secret place, Korvatunturi mountain. That's why I have here at the Arctic Circle, just outside the city of Rovaniemi, I have my little village, Santa Claus village, and we got lots of things here, a lot of activities. You can go husky dog driving on a husky dog sledge, you can go reindeer sledge driving, you can go snowmobile driving, you can go skiing, you can go ice fishing, loads of things you can do here. Then of course I have my house here, you can come and visit me. I have my post office here. All the letters from all over the world come here. It is hundreds of thousands of letters, coming in all through the year, really.
Almost 1 million a year, isn't it?
Yes, almost 1 million a year. Funnily enough, all through the summer I got letters coming. So this is very handy. This is close to the airport, close to the railway station. So people like to drop by here. And of course the newest thing now, which is here, is the Santa Pool, which is a theme park, amusement park for kids, for families with kids. And what is interesting, it is inside the solid rock. It goes 200 meters down through a tunnel and you are inside solid rock, and that's where the whole thing is built. You got sleigh rides there, you got carousels, you got puppet theatre, you got audiovisual program, you got all kinds of exciting and fantastic things for the whole family, but of course especially interesting for the kids. So we have a lot of activities here, and I meet a lot of people here from all walks of life, all cultures, all continents. It is most fascinating, it is most interesting.
How many people come here every year?
The rough estimate, this area is at the moment about 500,000 a year. But because of the new attractions, I am sure it will go up 20-25% next year.
Are there country inns and lodges that people can stay in addition to the hotels in Rovaniemi?
Oh yes, just everything. Around here you can go and hire a log cabin, you can go stay in a farmhouse, private family, guest houses, hotels, camping site with summer cabins and stuff like that. There's everything there, You can choose your way of traveling.
Very good. Well, Santa Claus, thank you so much for the time. This has been a real pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Tommy. It was a real pleasure meeting you, and with you I want to send all your listeners my very best wishes for a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year.
Thank you, Santa.
You've been listening to travel correspondent Tom Wilmer reporting from Finnish Lapland near the Arctic Circle for KCBX Public Radio. Oh, by the way, if you're ever in Lapland, be sure to try the Husky Dog ride. And if you see Tom, tell him he's welcome back to KCBX. We think he's still on there with the dogs. And happy holidays.
Ei itkeä saa, ei meluta saa, joku voi tulla ikkunan taa. Joulupukki matkaan jo käy. Nyt nimien kirjaan merkitään taas, tuhma vai kiltti ajatelkaas. Joulupukki matkaan jo käy. Taas pienet tontut liikkuu ja muistiin merkitsee, niin joulupukki tietää saa kuka lahjat ansaitsee. Siis ei